Hey guys, this is Krista from the Moratorium. Do you like grisly gore and mysteries? Of course you do. That is why I suggest you subscribe to my blog, Suspended Animation, Dormant Stories Waiting to be Told, where we at the Moratorium offer a number of lurid tales from axemen running around New Orleans to phantoms in Texarkana. And if you're feeling especially generous, head over to our Patreon, where for just a couple bucks a month, you can help the Moratorium grow. And that would be pretty kick-ass. And remember, long live VHS.
Well, guys, summer's almost over. We have to cram as many movies in as possible. It's time for the Summer Movie Madness Part 2. It's more bikinis, boobs, and blood, and a couple of movies that have nothing to do with summer. But at least we're having a good time. Cue the music.
And in 3, 2, 1, I already forgot it.
You will be soon as big as a giant, or like all the others, dead.
You think I imagined all of it, don't you? You think I'm insane?
That's feng shui.
A match made in a bathroom. Just floating into the void.
I can't stop, Jason. I have a problem. I have a real problem. I like cheesy movies.
Okay.
I can find other things to do while I'm watching said movies, and
This is very mysterious already.
I dig it. I watched yet another movie. I have 5 movies to talk about.
Wow.
And
Thank God.
I almost watched another one last night. I watched one last night. I had one more lined up that I was going to watch.
Uh-huh.
Now, do all of them fall into the category of summer movies?
Do they?
It's kind of hard to say. Because one of them was listed on a summer movie thing, and the entire thing took place in the snow. So,
like ski school?
No. Are they at a ski resort? No, they are not.
I mean, it can be summertime and still be snowing. Like
Sure.
in, I don't know, Alaska or Siberia or something.
Right. But it was just like a camp type situation, but they just happened to be in the winter time, I guess, preparing for the summer camp type thing. So,
okay.
Yeah. But before we get started with this shenanigans of this summer movie madness, I kind of like the way it sounds just because it's madness.
We need like some effects, you know?
Yeah, like some explosions or a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Some screaming. You know, I can't get away from the slasher flicks, and that's my thing. I love slasher flicks.
The majority of those occur during the summer, don't they?
Right. I think probably the number one greatest summer slasher flick would be Friday the 13th.
Sure.
I know we can talk endlessly about all of those movies. That's not what we came here for. We love them.
No.
If you want to hear an in-depth conversation, go listen to In Voorhees We Trust, because
sure.
I love that too. So.
Yes, I don't feel ashamed telling people to go and listen to that.
No, they're good guys.
It is truly great. I just love that the things that they kind of drill down on are the things that really have nothing to do with the main plot of the movie, which I guess that does sound familiar because that's what we do too.
I think I know what we marketed our podcast after. So, yeah. Shall we give thanks to him? Go right ahead.
Well, I mean, we don't have to go that far.
Oh, okay. Fuck you guys then.
Well, whoa, wait a minute.
Sorry, a little hot there.
Too far the other way.
Let's do this just like we did last week. Hey, welcome to the Moratorium. I'm Tim. That's Jason. And we're talking about movies again.
Oh, my God. Can we do that every time, please?
That's what you said last time, and that's why I decided to go ahead and just spring it on you. Let's just get it out of the way. It's the Moratorium. Yay. Movies.
Now let's talk about the intro for about 15 minutes. No, that's great.
I want to clear up a couple of things that I think we may have gotten wrong.
Ooh, a couple of things?
Well, I know there's another one's going to come up later, but you mentioned Silence of the Lambs and Anthony Hopkins.
Yes. Do we have a exact time now?
Yes.
Okay.
On the trivia for Silence of the Lambs, that actually states the same exact thing.
Okay.
With 24 minutes and 52 seconds of screen time.
I think I was saying it more as like a urban legend than I did any type of real research. But I mean, that's a sizable amount of time for a supporting character.
But it says here, with 24 minutes and 52 seconds of screen time, Sir Anthony Hopkins' performance in the movie is the second shortest to ever win an Academy Award for Best Actor.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
David Niven was in the top spot, beating him at 23 minutes and 39 seconds for a movie called Separate Tables.
Never heard of that. I love David Niven, though.
That was 1958.
Okay.
So interesting.
And then what was the other one we threw? It was Ned Beatty, I think, in Network.
Right. And I did not look that up. Rest in peace, Ned Beatty.
Yeah, R.I.P., rest in power, but let's not look that up.
Right.
I mean, I easily could right now.
Good.
It's not like my fingers are broken or anything, but... So I wasn't wrong. I was just exaggerating.
No. I mean, that is a great feat that it was the second shortest amount of screen time that garnered an Academy Award. That's an amazing feat.
But I mean, I've said like 5 minutes or something, so that'd be silly. Do we have anything else for corrections and omissions?
Well, we will say rest in power for William Smith. He passed actually on July 5th, although it wasn't necessarily made public, I think, until like the 9th.
Yep.
And it doesn't necessarily say how he passed, but he was, I think, 88 years old. And we talked extensively about William Smith in the past because he's just
such a badass.
A badass. American badass.
Yep.
So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
Someone should do a documentary about that guy.
Yeah. Why isn't there one?
I don't know. Did you ever see the old, do you know who Dar Robinson is? He was stuntman and I think kind of just like a fucking, daredevil stuntman, I mean, I guess that kind of goes hand in hand, but I think it is called The Ultimate Stuntman.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember some of the movies. He did a couple of movies. He did Stick.
Okay.
With Burt Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. Is he the one that perfected that like chain around the ankle and dropped down from a second story? And
Yes.
Yeah.
He kind of ran down the side of a building.
He did the stunts in Lethal Weapon in that same exact scene. Of somebody with a chain wrapped around their ankle falling after Riggs gets the, battery to the nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same stunt. Yeah, I know this guy.
Why did I bring you up again? I don't remember.
I don't know, but he did the stunts in Police Academy.
Oh, yeah, I love that movie.
And the stunts for Bachelor Party. So,
what?
I love this guy. They hung one of the guys that was in love with. He was like in a bed sheet.
Oh my God. What's the condition where you love heights and always want to be in a high place?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I got to talk about this guy some more, but he did the stunts in the Manitou.
Oh my God. The only thing I remember about that movie is the weird thing coming up from the table during the seance or whatever. Man, that movie's badass.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird, though. It's like, why is Tony Curtis in this? And why does he look like a pimp? I guess maybe everybody looked like that.
Yes, the subject of the 1987 documentary, The Ultimate Stuntman, a tribute to Dar Robinson, who, was killed in a motorcycle accident at the age of 39.
Jesus.
Wow.
But I mean, 39, it's getting up there for a stuntman. They want to die on the job.
Is that it?
Yeah, they want to have their skulls crushed or
Okay.
blown up.
All right. Interesting. Good stuff. Hey, well, I did just find my note on my correction from last week that second correction.
More
thank
corrections.
Thank you for stalling. Not necessarily a correction, but just a little bit more on the fact that you brought up the Bad News Bears.
Because we were talking about Jackie Earl Haley.
Exactly. I don't know how much we talked about it. Bad News Bears, the first one, did have Vic Morrow in it, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And Tatum O'Neal.
We can just brush all that stuff off. Of course. Those same people, the same 10 people that we talk about every time are all in the same movies together. Perfectly normal.
But something we may not have mentioned is the writer for the Bad News Bears was Bill Lancaster.
Ah, who's Bill Lancaster?
Bill Lancaster, he wrote the screenplay for John Carpenter's The Thing.
What?
Yes, did not know
the
that.
guy that wrote what you're okay, hang on a second.
Now you got to get there.
I'm sitting down already, but I grabbed that little lever and now I'm sitting farther down in my chair. You're telling me that this guy wrote Bad News Bears and The Thing?
Yep, exactly.
Oh my God. What if those two movies happened in the same universe?
I was just getting there. Think about it.
That's crazy.
He has 7 writing credits, but characters and I guess he wrote the Bad News Bears Go to Japan, but that's it. Bad News Bears Go to Japan,
wild.
And The Thing. In his trivia, though, he wrote a draft of the screenplay for Firestarter when John Carpenter was supposed to direct the film.
Oh, wow.
Both were replaced when The Thing did poorly at the box office. Okay? You know, we will say this time and time again, The Thing is the best goddamn horror movie out there.
Yep.
And still stands the test of time. The Thing had a budget of $15 million and grossed 19 at the box office. You know, so even though it was considered a failure, I mean, it has garnered cult status since. And God knows how much money it's actually made, you know, Carpenter. But seriously, that's not a failure. It just didn't perform like it wanted to.
Yeah, it made its money back. But yeah, I mean, that put a lot of people in Hollywood jail for a while.
Mm-hmm. So if you look at Firestarter had a budget of $15 million and grossed 17. So in your face, Hollywood.
Right. And it had Art Carney in it.
Yeah.
So.
And Martin Sheen, David Keith, Heather Locklear, George C. Scott. I mean, Louise Fletcher.
Heather I don't remember. Who was Heather Locklear? It's been a while since I've seen Firestarter.
That was Drew Barrymore's mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I need to watch that again. They think they're remaking it.
I believe so.
Of course.
If you do look at Bill Lancaster, though.
And I will.
Oh, you will. He is the son of Burt Lancaster.
What?
Yeah.
If I wasn't looking at this, I would say you made that up. But you're right, he did.
Yeah.
That is... How is that...
How is that new news?
You and I alone have watched the commentary for The Thing, I don't know, 100 times?
Yes.
They must have just not dropped that bit of knowledge in there, but I did not know any of that. That's really weird.
Did not know either, and I feel stupid for only just now bringing it up.
Yeah, me too. I feel like a big dum-dum. He also is credited as the writer for the Thing video game.
Yeah. I think that was just based on the characters and yeah.
That's really weird.
Very weird. Anyway.
None of this is what we're supposed to be talking about.
Nope. I just happened upon all of this and had to drop it on you.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, but that is very weird.
All right. So let's get on with the shenanigans here, because I've got a lot of movies to talk about, obviously.
Your legs must be huge now from doing all the heavy lifting for this show. But I do have one thing that I just found out that I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
so,
yeah?
I will. You go ahead with your thing.
You don't want to just drop it right now and then have nothing to say for the rest of the episode.
Wow. Could I do that? Is that an option? No.
Just snoring in the background as I talk endlessly.
Football practice. Something might be linked to this, so I'll just wait and see what you have to say. What comes out of your dumb mouth.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I'm sorry for lashing out.
Good a dumb mouth.
Okay, hit us with it.
All right. Well, since I think I dropped some hints last week that I watched part of a bikini movie that was actually a Bikini Beach movie that I couldn't remember the name of it. Well, I found it and I watched the rest of the movie and I'm no better for it.
Okay.
I watched Bikini Summer.
Okay. Simple.
Some
of those bikini movies get very complicated in their like
right.
the entire premise of the movie is in the title of the movie.
Right. This actually has, I think, 2 sequels. We'll talk about that just here in a second.
Are we talking about 1991's Bikini Summer?
That's it.
Okay.
And you probably recognize the box. It was prominent because of booby chicks just all over it. There's a lot of nudity in this film.
Well, and I feel like 91, that is like, I mean, the girl on the cover, and I'm not super proud of this, but I can spot a fake boob from a mile away. And that girl on the cover, those are not her God-given breasticles.
I think you're right.
Those are man-made.
Well, Bikini Summer, there is not a lot to it. The premise is that there's a group of friends that are getting together. Basically, I think they're swindling an older couple as they go away on a trip to redo their home. You
didn't pay attention to the plot of this movie. You were just looking at boobies the entire time.
If 3 minutes went by without a boob.
Yeah, you just checked out, just like fast forwarding.
Because there's nothing to it. And it actually says here it's actually a synopsis. There's no real just tagline. It just says,
I see. It's like other people. It's like other critics like trying to describe what the movie's about.
So a group of friends are hired to redecorate a beach house while the elderly owners are out of town for the summer.
Great.
These guys are not
that bright.
They're not any kind of company or anything. They just, they're bumbling idiots. All right.
Okay.
One girl is making bikinis. That's her thing. She's trying to just make and sell her bikinis.
Okay.
One guy is walking around with a camera, impersonating a photographer just so he can get women to take off their bikinis.
Are you talking about Chet?
Chet. There's always going to be a guy named Chet.
Oh my God. Hey, let me just real quick. Have you seen Tom Hanks's son, Chet?
Chet Hanks?
Oh my God. Chet Hanks, dude. You've got to look him up. It is wild what has been unfolding this summer about Chet Hanks. We don't have time to get into it now, but it's pretty hilarious. Maybe we'll talk about it.
I didn't know about Chet.
Tom Hanks, national treasure. It's one of the great actors of our time. And his son is just a complete D-bag. So,
all right. Awesome.
I don't know how that happened, but...
Well, probably because his name is Chet.
Yeah, that was that was their first mistake. Oh. Anyway.
His birth name is Chester Marlin Hanks.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Got me a Marlin.
Is that Beetlejuice?
No, that is Austin Powers.
Oh, that's right. That is, oh my God. I know we talk about these little, kind of synchronicities, but the thing I wanted to talk about is linked to Austin Powers. So
Since you brought up Tom Hanks, though, I should have looked for this before because I remember this being on the video store shelf. We had it at our video store. It was Jim Hanks, which is Tom Hanks' brother, who looks just like him. He's just a little bit more overweight. But it was Buford's Beach Bunnies. Yeah.
What? Every word that you have said. Oh my God, he does look like him.
He's the spitting image.
Oh my God. How is it that we look at IMDb way more than the normal person, and there is still shit that surprises me on here?
Great stuff. Jim Hanks was in Extra 3.
What?
And he played the voice of Woody in the video games for Toy Story.
Because he probably sounds just like him too.
Exactly. They're like, hey, we can get you cheaper than we can your brother? Fuck yeah, get in here.
Hey, take your pants off.
Yeah.
Tom won't do it for you.
Oh my gosh. I've got to stop because I'm now looking at Psycho Sushi.
Oh, right. His IMDb credits are amazing. He's actually been in a ton of shit. Yes. I've just never heard of any of it except for something to do with Tom, or he's oh my God, the Red Delicious Boys?
Oh my God.
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
We're going to have to start another podcast about this guy.
All right, get off the Hanks.
Okay, I'm minimizing it. I'm not closing it. I'm just going to minimize it.
Now, what was I talking about? Okay.
Oh, Bikini Summer.
There we go. Bikini Summer. So, Chet, that's how we got there. Sorry, guys.
He's a photographer. Or posing as a photographer.
Posing as a photographer just so he can get girls in bikinis.
That's actually illegal.
I think so. There's a all-girl band who is trying to make it big. And really what it is, they got a whole group of kids that have their sights set on different things that all come together at the end. They're trying to save the beach from being
an evil developer.
Exactly. So it's the plot of the Goonies without
it's the plot of like 130 movies.
Yeah.
It's like you just like spun a wheel and that's what your plot is.
I don't know what the thing had to go about with bikinis because nobody's wearing any clothes in this movie.
Right. It's like a anti-bikini movie.
Mm-hmm. There's one with the girl's trying to make bikinis and she's got her friends trying them on. And then for some reason they've got these giant seltzer bottles that they're squirting water all over them. Just
I sewed all my fingers together.
It is so silly and so not necessary. But if you guys want to go out and watch this just to see boobs, you can see it on YouTube in its entirety.
I mean, there's also like Pornhub too. So if you guys don't have the time to watch Bikini Summer, you're not making a very good case for watching Bikini Summer is what I'm saying.
The one guy I was trying to talk to you about, his name was Mad Dog in the movie.
I saw that.
He doesn't have any lines. He just drinks beer, but everybody's crediting him for pulling everything off.
Oh.
Somehow he gets this big millionaire to back their project and to, help put on this giant bash at the end for the band to play, the girls to show off the bikinis, whatever. He doesn't have any lines in the entire movie. He belches on film. That's it.
Okay, great. That sounds a lot like the guy in, what did I watch? Screwballs or one of those. It's a like California dude who's in good shape and just wears like shorts and no shirt through the whole movie, but he's just kind of dumb and he's just the main character by default.
And if you look down there, the guy has very little credit. He has 4 credits, but he just happens to also be in No Retreat, No Surrender.
It all comes back together.
All comes back together.
Or does it?
It's all loosely tied. But for some reason, Bikini Summer, I guess, hit a string with certain people that they decided to make a couple of sequels to this movie.
What?
And Bikini Summer 2 came out in 1992 and was written and directed by Jeff Conaway.
Ah. Now, you kind of lost me for a second, but now you're pulling me back in.
Yep. I just have to introduce Loathsome Individual, and it all comes back together.
Yep.
This one also starred Jessica Hahn.
Oh.
Yeah. You remember about Jessica Hahn now?
I do. Kind of a tragic story.
Was it?
Whose secretary was she?
Okay, so Jessica Hahn's trivia. Her disclosure of the affair with evangelist Jim Baker.
Yeah, Jim Baker. I couldn't remember.
Ruined him. At the time, she was the church secretary. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
That is, she has no picture. If you want to see pictures of Jessica Hahn, I'm sure you can find her.
We all know what she looked like.
And what happened subsequently, she was in Playboy magazine 3 times.
Yeah. That was 1988. That's a long fucking time ago.
A long time ago.
I think I had the Playboy with her in it.
All right. So, sorry, where am I? Let's go back to Bikini Summer for a second.
Did those movies make any money? I mean, did they actually like open at a theater?
No, I do not think so. They were straight to
cable,
video,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's look up Bikini Summer 3 because I thought somebody was actually in that one.
Somebody.
And no, there's nobody in it.
A movie with no actors.
You think they were actors before?
Oh.
Written by Chopper Lang.
Oh my God! Here we go.
No, only writing
him
credit.
Okay,
he's got nothing.
Thank God. With a name like that has to be. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Clubber Lang from Rocky.
Be awesome if Clubber Lang wrote a bikini movie.
Did you remember that in Rocky 3, Hulk Hogan's name was Thunder Lips?
It's what was he, the ultimate male against the ultimate meatball?
Oh, God. There's a picture of him with a weird little hat with a feather sticking out of it. I don't remember Rocky 3 at all.
Really? Oh, I love Rocky 3.
What's the one with the robot? Or the reveal that there's a robot?
I think he showed up in that one.
Okay.
Or maybe it's part 4 because I think, in part 4, they're getting ready to re-release it, and I think he's taking the robot out of it.
They removed... I heard about that. The robot washing the whole... I wonder why.
I don't know.
Robot out-acted him in every scene. Ooh. That's it. Okay. We're not doing that for another hour.
I want to.
I know.
We won't.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
Let's.
I think we may have talked about this just briefly last week. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if we covered enough, and we can just skip past it. But we're gonna bust through all of these movies and get them out of the way.
Let's do it.
I watched Summer Camp Nightmare.
Okay.
I mentioned it because you remember the box art.
The guy that kind of looks like Charlie Sheen on the front with a T-shirt that he made.
Right, with a pistol, and he's got his arm up in the air. Right.
Yes. Yes. Great box art. Never saw the movie.
And that's okay.
Okay. It kind of looks like a TV movie.
It kind of comes off like that. There's a little bit more of, I guess, adult themes to this.
Okay.
When I saw it, I was like, shit, yeah, I gotta watch this movie just for this.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw in the credits that the screenplay was written from a novel called The Butterfly Revolution. And from that alone, I knew that this film probably wasn't going to live up to the nightmare of summer camp.
Right. What was the butterfly?
So Chuck Connors, he's the camp director.
Okay.
I guess he had a butterfly collection.
Oh. That's not creepy at all.
It was loosely based on that.
Okay.
But he was kind of overbearing, didn't want the kids to have fun. This is what we're going to do. Old school stuff. And the kids didn't like it.
Right. He was a real like Hank Hill type guy.
Right. So they ended up basically taking over. So one kid in particular, he's a little rich kid. He kind of banded together with his other minions, and they kind of took over this summer camp.
Who is that? Who is the main? Is he a bad guy? I guess. Do you not? I mean, he's just an asshole.
Just an asshole. I didn't go down a lot of these characters' paths for some reason because I was too busy watching other movies. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy named Charlie Stratton who I think that is probably the guy.
I think
Maybe.
so. He has 19 credits under his belt. And yes, that's why I was going to bring him up because he was in Dirty Dancing, the TV series. I did not know there was a TV series based on the beloved pedophilic movie.
So beloved. Girl has an abortion.
Yeah. We're going to trip over that again here in just a little bit. That's just a tease. Not going to do it right now. We'll come back.
We need to pick that up because somebody's going to trip over that. Also, did you see, the screenplay is credited to two people.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And Penelope Spheris is the second person.
Well, what do we know Penelope Spheris from?
I mean, I know her from The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, which I've seen 1,000 times. She directed Wayne's World.
That's right.
She also directed Suburbia. Have we talked about Suburbia before?
We started to, I think.
I think maybe when we were doing our class of, I think it got mentioned during class of 1984.
I think you're right.
Flea is in it. Oh, I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I don't remember it if I have.
Basically looks like Penelope Spheris gives it some street cred, but it basically looks like what old white people think punks look like kind of thing,
Yeah. After she did Wayne's World, I think she had a lot of success in the 90s when she did the Beverly Hillbillies, the Little Rascals, Black Sheep.
Yeah, that is a big departure from where she started, but...
Then she did Senseless, and I thought that was something else. That's David Spade and Marlon Wayans. And Brad Dourif's in there.
Oh, wow.
Deborah Jo Rupp.
That is a combo.
Uh-huh. Anyway, we'll have to go down that another day.
We'll table that discussion, but it needs to be talked about.
Yes, so Summer Camp Nightmare. So there is... they made a big thing about this rope bridge that actually kind of goes over there's a ravine that actually connected the boys' camp to the girls' camp.
Okay.
So after they took over the camp, though, they just brought the girls over, not via the rope bridge because it was in shambles.
Under construction?
Nobody could, no, it's just falling apart, and that's why they weren't supposed to go across it because nobody could safely get across it anyway. The kids actually used this to
it's kind of a Lord of the Flies type situation.
Somebody else described it, and I describe it as Stand By Me meets Meatballs meets Lord of the Flies.
I guess that's just Stand By Me just did it better than everybody else.
I put Stand By Me in there because the kid who is in this, the young kid, I mean, there seems to be a large separation between the kids because you had teenagers, 15 and 16, and then you had 9 and 10-year-olds, it seemed like.
I mean, that is just every camp movie that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least from the 70s and 80s. And I don't know who's supposed to be a counselor, who's supposed to be at the camp, but it's illegal,
In this, I mean, they basically just take over and do whatever they want. Nobody's taking baths. Everybody's doing whatever they want. I think they ended up killing the director.
Oh.
They had another little house that they basically forced everybody in and held guard at, for all of the adults that were trying to keep this camp, together.
You would think Chuck Connors would just go full fucking serial killer and just like...
That's what I wanted to happen.
Yes. When you see Chuck Connors in a movie like that, I think you expect that to happen.
Yeah.
He's just like in a ghillie suit and he's painted his face and he's just like snapping people's necks.
I would pay to see that movie.
Or he has a weird room where he keeps his dead grandma or something.
And mannequins.
And a bunch of mannequins.
We will do
we
Tourist Trap. I know. We will have to get there soon.
Needs to be talked about by us.
Anyway, there was one guy that I think ended up... One guy. He was accused of rape, but the girls ended up like taking this guy out in the woods and killing him.
Do you think they chopped his wiener off too?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think they hung him from a tree and they just kind of left him there.
Weird.
But anyway, so the reason why I said Stand By Me is because there's the youngest kid who is kind of our main character.
Is he the kind of Ralph Macchio looking kid with the headband? Or is he the skinny blonde kid?
No, he's a real young, small, nerdy kid.
Oh. Peter?
I don't remember his name.
Nobody has any IMDb stuff.
Nobody has any pictures, but anyway, the kid, he had a tape recorder and was basically memorializing everything that was happening by recording what was going on. And that's what was used at the end for like evidence when the police finally got there.
Gotcha.
It's not a horrible movie. It's just not a whole lot happens,
Right.
When I see kids doing things like this, I just want to smack them. I just want to smack them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, Chuck Connors should have fucking regulated.
I think they may have killed him off early or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking at Tom Friedley was one of the kids here. Since you brought it up, yes, he was in The Karate Kid.
What?
And he was also in Friday the 13th Part 6. So if we're going to talk about Friday the 13th, there's our chance.
Well, yeah, I mean, that seems like a much better movie. What did you say his name was?
Is Tom Friedley. Fridley? Sure.
Fridley.
Sure, Fridley. He played John Mason.
Oh, okay. He looks just like a typical dumbass from that period.
So he was in Iron Eagle.
Oh.
Max Dugan Returns.
Shit.
And that was a big movie back in the day. I don't really remember Max Dugan Returns. Why was that a successful movie?
I don't think I've ever seen this.
Really?
Is this before War Games, probably?
Maybe 83.
Donald Sutherland without a mustache is fucking creepy as fuck. I don't like that at all. You need to cover up that lip.
It's the same year as War Games.
Okay. Yeah, he looked very young.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick was very, very hot in the early 80s.
Tim, please.
Oh.
We know, but... I watched Ferris Bueller not too long ago.
Yeah?
Still pretty great.
I actually fell asleep to Invasion of the Body Snatchers last night. So
The original one?
No, the 70s remake.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. So I got to see, Donald Sutherland just... What is this? It's a caper. No, it's a rat turd. It's a caper.
Oh, my God.
No, it's a rat turd.
One of the rare movies where you don't see his butt. I don't know why everybody was just like, that is the sexiest man I've ever seen. Let's take his pants off.
No.
Please.
So anyway, Now, it was an okay movie, and
It sounds awful.
it had that feel of an after-school movie.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't exciting. It wasn't the nightmare that I
No,
wanted.
it doesn't sound...
I mean, I've seen this, and you're like, oh, man, this looks like it's going to be great. And then you see the butterfly revolution, and
yeah. And you're like, ugh.
that was exactly what it was.
Oh, my God. What if a big fucking, like, swarm of butterflies had, like, carried that kid off at the end and, like, dropped him in the ravine or something?
Would have loved
Or ate
that.
his flesh.
Yep.
Well, thanks, I guess?
Yeah.
Question mark? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're just kind of like, ooh, hey, guys, I just made a huge mistake. Do not watch Summer Camp Nightmare, a.k.a. The Butterfly Revolution.
I watched it, guys, so you don't have to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work. Thank you.
I still have 4 movies here that are my tabs are open.
Oh, my God. My stomach just dropped.
I can't stop myself.
This is madness.
And I probably won't. I think I'm the one that may have perpetuated these movie marathons saying, hey, Jason, let's watch as many of these movies as we can.
That's exactly what you said.
I texted you earlier saying we should do a road movie marathon. I think it's just because I want a reason to sit down and watch 8 movies.
Hey, I mean, that's great.
I'm like, no, honey, I can't do chores. I've got the podcast to do, and I have committed myself.
Jason said he will beat me with a steel rod if I don't.
I've got to watch these movies because Jason's not going to do it.
That part is true. I can verify that.
All right. Well, let's just move right along.
What's up next?
I watched 1988 Cheerleader Camp.
Ooh, like it already.
You like it already. You're not going to like it when I tell you that Leif Garrett is in this.
Brother. Yeah, but that's kind of par for the course. 88, though?
1988. I thought this was older.
Yeah.
Just recently was the first time watch.
Well, you probably looked at it and you were like, Leif Garrett.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Well, the box says, give me a K, give me an I, give me an L, give me an L. What does that spell?
Yeah.
An hour and a half slasher is what it spells.
Wow, it does look scary.
It could have woven a little deep on who done it.
Okay.
I like the point of view following somebody into the woods and sneaking up behind them and killing them. I dig that.
You like that.
And I didn't get a lot of that in this movie. Now, it was fun. It was inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
We know a lot of these movies back in the 80s. The language that they used it probably would not go over these days.
No. Sleepaway Camp is like, those kids are so foul-mouthed.
Yeah.
It offended me.
That takes a lot, too. Right?
It's really, for sure.
This movie stars Betsy Russell.
Can we just assume that all of the women in this movie have been in Playboy at some point?
Probably. And you probably are correct.
Oh, I see one.
Mm-hmm.
Lucinda Dickey.
That's right.
Is this a canon movie, I wonder?
It looks like it should have been.
She's Special K in Breakin'.
Yes.
And she was Christy in Ninja 3, The Domination.
That is correct. We talked about her extensively.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun in this movie. Lucinda Dickey plays, she's like one of the mascots, right? So I think she has an alligator costume with a big head.
She's always kind of the dork for some reason. I mean, I don't know if I'm not saying that mascots are dorks, but, well, yeah, I am. But I mean, she's like hot chick, but she's always getting made fun of until she has a sword in her hands.
I really enjoyed her in this. She was fun. The titular main character, Betsy Russell, so she's having like nightmares that then kind of been perpetuated into these serial murders. So she doesn't know if it's real, if it's nightmares. They make fun of her because of these nightmares. She is having a nightmare about Leif Garrett.
Yeah, I can see that.
Having sex with one of her friends that's a part of the cheerleader squad. And all of the mascots are around her saying, and they're just cheering, saying harder, harder. And, you know,
so it's like a furry thing.
It could have gone there. There's a couple of scenes where in her nightmares, the pom-poms are like, they're just regular pom-poms, but somebody is using them like weapons and cutting the skin. And I'm like, those are streamers.
Yeah.
These are the soft, there's a reason they call them pom-poms, right?
Yeah. I guess you could like smother somebody with them maybe.
Yeah, but not slash at them and cut the skin.
I think so.
I don't think
hide
so.
a knife in it. I guess you could hide a weapon in them.
Well, what is the purpose of a pom-pom? Is it just an extension of one's breasts?
I don't know. I don't know if our podcast is long enough to go into any of that.
Betsy Russell, we've talked about her before because
I read that as Betty Rubble when I first
Betty
looking
Rubble.
at that.
Betsy Russell was in Private School, which I have never seen. Has Phoebe Cates and Matthew Modine.
Wow.
Chris from a girls' boarding school. I guess Chris is the girl's name. Chris from a girls' boarding school loves Jim from a nerdy boys' boarding school.
Boys. I don't like the way you said boys.
Now, boys. Anyway, Jim and his two friends visit the girls' school posing as girls.
Great.
I don't remember this movie, and I'm fine with that.
I don't know. It looks really stupid. It looks like Bosom Buddies did it better. But the cast is like chock full of... It's got Fran Ryan, Sylvia Christel.
Sure.
It's got Frances Bay in it, the creepy lady from In the Mouth of Madness. It's got Kathleen Wilhoit. Is that how you say her name?
Sure.
I love her. She was in Roadhouse. She was the waitress in Roadhouse.
Has Ray Walston in it.
Yeah.
Mr. Hand. I can go ahead and bring up Roadhouse right now because... But I'll wait for just a second. I want to finish with Betsy Russell. She was in the movie Out of Control, which was directed by Alan Holtzman. When we did an interview with him, I talked about that because I did watch that movie, and it wasn't a bad movie.
What was it about again?
Upon graduation from high school, 8 teens take a seaplane trip intending to celebrate on a private island, and then they run into like drug smugglers.
Oh, cool. It's like The Beach.
It wasn't a bad flick. It was interesting.
Ooh, is that Sherilyn Fenn?
Go back and listen to our Alan Holtzman interview, guys. If you want to know more about Out of Control, we go into depth about that.
Yeah, that's right.
So back into cheerleader camp, if you look at Travis McKenna, he's our titular big boy. Oh, he was in Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He's tiny, right?
No, he's not tiny. No, he's one of the bouncers.
Yeah. I get it. I got it.
Which
Love
made me look at it because I was like, is he tiny?
No,
I
no.
looked and looked, and no, there is no character named Tiny.
Yes, there is.
We are mistaken.
No. No.
His name wasn't Tiny in the movie. Maybe they called him Tiny, maybe once, but his character name was Tinker.
Tinker, that's right. Maybe, yeah. Okay.
I was like, is this a Mandela effect thing that you and I had? We've talked about Tiny extensively.
I think we did. Ooh, God. I love that fucking scene at the end where they have just like murdered everybody and a bear fell on Tinker.
Yeah. You can see it in the pictures, and that's how I verified that it was him. That horrified look as they were pushing the bear in on him.
Yeah, he for sure shit his pants.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I thought that was pretty amusing.
Yep. That we fucked up so spectacularly.
So George Buck Flower has an extensive part in cheerleader camp.
Oh my! I can't even imagine. If you see a guy that looks like George Buck Flower anywhere near your cheerleader camp, immediately call the police.
Some of his lines, in one line he actually says, and this is in the stuff for IMDb. I almost wrote it down, but then I saw it was here. That judge in the orange skirt, because it was a cheerleader camp. They were judging each other. They were trying to, they were giving away trophies and shit. Will make your pee harder than a 10-pound bag of nickel jawbreakers, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
Let's just stop the podcast.
Right.
Forever.
If you want to look a little deeper, okay.
I don't.
I know you don't. Travis McKenna, who we just talked about because he was Jack in Roadhouse.
His name's Jack? They for sure never said his name.
He was an ex-bodyguard and a bouncer, which makes him perfect for Roadhouse. But he adopted George Buck Flower as his uncle.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Can you do that, by the way?
That makes him Uncle Buck Flower.
Oh, God. If you look at George Buck Flower's IMDb, it's just bum, 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 yes. Wino, bum, bum, homeless man, bum.
It's hilarious. Now, Travis McKenna may not be the actor. I mean, he's the bumbling idiot in this movie. He's running around with a camera and filming people unbeknownst of, to get boob shots, basically what it is. And there's a lot of boobs in this movie too. And like you said, there are a lot of porn actresses in this movie.
Yeah. A lot of fake boobies.
Terry
Weigel's in there.
Travis McKenna was also in Hamburger, the motion picture.
Yeah, he sure was. His name is the Big 400 or something. I just looked at it.
The Fab 400.
The Fab. What does that mean? I don't remember.
I don't know.
We got to watch that movie.
We're going to touch base on it here again in just a minute.
Everything
good. That I watched, I think what I did is I watched a movie and it kind of led me to another movie.
Yes, you created a pastiche of shitty movies. Shitty summer
I don't know what that means, but sure.
It's like a collage.
Yes, collage.
Oh, he was also in Dutch Treat.
Which we talked about
just
recently because it's Boaz Davidson.
Oh, Boaz.
Written by Lauren Dreyfus.
Good God. What have we done?
Travis McKenna was also in Real Men. There's a movie we could watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
We do need to see that. It was a lot of fun.
He was in Skeeter.
Skeeter!
Have I seen that? It is about a giant mosquito, isn't it?
I believe so.
I always get confused because this is weird too. I was just looking at Popcorn the movie because I never can remember that dude's name. The main character basically that's kind of the the Phantom of the Opera a little bit.
Still don't have his name.
My eyes roll off of his name. I can't keep it in my head, but he has weird kind of curly hair. And he's always kind of a simple,
a nerd. Yeah.
Except in that movie, he's like, he was fucking great in that movie. But
what's his name? Oh, you're just not going to tell us. You're just throw it out there.
I lost it.
You can't just look up.
Okay, cut the next few moments out because I got to look him up again. His name is Tom Villard.
Tom Villard. He was in Weekend Warriors and One Crazy Summer.
Yep, and Parasite, the debut of Demi Moore.
and Whore.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Whore.
I think that's a Ken Russell movie.
Yes, it is. And stars Teresa Russell.
Oh
Not
my God.
going down there.
She's great in that movie. It's just
Okay.
wow.
So Travis McKenna, let's back on out of Travis McKenna's stuff and look back at Cheerleader Camp. This is just a regular slasher movie. Leif Garrett is real slimy.
Does he die?
He does. It's not satisfying. You want him to die a more horrible death.
When did he start wearing that stupid hat? Do you have any idea? Do you have any information on that?
When he lost all of his hair, I don't know.
Ugh, just need some closure on that hat.
This movie also has Lori Griffin in it.
Yeah, the girl from
She's from Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Right. She has very little credits, but she was in Teen Wolf because she was the hot blonde chick that he was trying to hook up with, the slut.
Yeah.
And that's normally how this goes with, it's kind of just like Secret Admirer that I brought up before. You know, you got the kind of not so hot friend chick.
Right. Who is always a brunette.
Yeah. And the guys want to go for the blondes. And then they find out later that, nope, that the brunette's the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
Turns out we all knew she was hot. You have some type of face blindness where you can't figure out that she's super hot.
Right. Maybe because her name was Boof.
Yeah. Why do they all have stupid names too?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
I love the guy, Matt Adler, who is in Teen Wolf.
Okay.
He's his buddy that kind of gets freaked out when he's a lot younger than the other guys.
Not Styles?
Is his?
No, that's Jerry Levine.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry.
it's their other friend.
Right. Okay.
He was in like fucking everything around that time, but he's like a surfer that just happened to be wandering past a film being made in California. I've seen North Shore more times than I would like to admit, but
don't even know what that is.
It's just a surfing movie. It's got the guy from another just like surfer turned into actor. He was in Point Break.
Not Gregory Harrison. He was that was John Philbin.
Yeah, John Philbin, who also was just like in everything around that time.
Yeah.
He was Chuck in Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, my God.
I don't know who he was in Tombstone. I guess he just had a giant beard. But anyway, just seems like a guy that just happened to be around. And they were like, hey, you want to be in the movie?
Yeah, we need somebody. Come here. Awesome.
But anyway.
Oh, Grandview, USA. I'm sorry.
It's a small digression, but I mean, it's keeping with the summer theme.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have watched a surfing movie. That'd be awesome.
I forgot Gregory Harrison was in North Shore.
So was Nia Peoples.
Yeah. That's a weird name.
Uh-huh. What was she famous for? Was she a singer?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah? What'd she sing? You got anything? Let's see. She has 7 credits in the soundtrack. Be My Lover.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You wanna be my lover.
No, I don't know. That wasn't the right song.
No, that's not it?
I don't think so. You sang that beautifully, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm so lost about where we were at in time and space.
We are talking about Cheerleader Camp.
Oh, my God. Still?
Still. I just want to finish up and say that, you know, it was a fun movie. It has some interesting kills. It got a couple of good ones, but a lot of times they're conveniently kind of killed off camera, and then you see the result.
Right.
There was a hedge clipper through the back of the head that comes out the mouth. That's kind of fun.
Cool.
You do get to see, although it's off on the guy's shitty little, you know, VHS camcorder, that he sat down. It was our guy, Travis McKenna, who was just trying to be funny, put the camera down and was like, he was getting ready to flash the camera and then gets a nice little axe across the belly and, you know, his guts kind of spill out.
That's my God. Like his guts would like
Oh, it's forever.
Yeah.
It was a fun little movie. It probably has more of a cult following now.
How many boobs do you think were in it? Total.
Not as many as Bikini Summer.
Okay. So Bikini Summer on a scale of 1 to 10.
Bikini Summer had all the boobs.
Okay.
Here's an idea with Cheerleader Camp. In the trivia, it says the film's original title was Bloody Pom Poms.
Okay. Not great.
There is one scene that has, I think it's the sheriff maybe, who is having sex with the camp director, and she's in a cheerleader outfit, and he's acting like he's a football star.
Uh-oh.
And he's like running towards her, acting like he's, it's almost as disturbing as seeing the principal in Student Bodies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This guy's in his boxers, has
Right.
this huge tuft of gray hair on his chest, looks like a rug, as he's going to have sex. And at the same time, you've got Timmy, who is Travis McKenna. He's crawling like commando style through the dirt and uses a periscope. Yeah, exactly. Using a periscope with his camera to watch them and film them having sex.
Where did he get the periscope?
I don't know. As he's watching them go at it for all of 33 seconds,
Ugh.
he says something like, "Wait, no, aren't you going to go for the extra point?"
What does that mean?
And that's when
The fuck does that mean?
not the highlight of the movie.
Oh,
Okay.
God. That sounds a lot like Sleepaway Camp. It's like Judy and the camp owner in Sleepaway Camp, because he is a disgusting, like, he's like in his 50s, and she's like, I don't know, 17, and they're going to go on a date. And by date, I mean, and think in the 70s or in the 80s, they were going to have sex.
That's it. Nothing else.
So that's gross.
I'm sorry, guys. Granted, we want to talk about Sleepaway Camp as well, but
Yeah, and the sequels. If we only had a podcast about movies that we could talk about, but we don't, guys. We just don't, and may never have. Look, we can't control what we talk about.
nope, obviously.
No, that comes down from up top. Goes from God to Jerry.
I love that. I just watched a trailer actually for Val.
Yes.
That looks really good,
wait.
by the way.
I think it comes out streaming August 9th or something.
Okay. So really good. Do you want to tell everybody where that was from? A lot of times I think we don't explain ourselves enough. We'll mention these actors.
We're only laughing at inside jokes.
Exactly. And we're not letting anybody in. That was from
Real
Genius. Yeah. So
what's that guy's name? The guy from the EPA and Ghostbusters?
Mm-hmm. Well, I get him confused with Christopher
from,
McDonald, and it's not Christopher McDonald. It's the other guy.
It's not Principal Rooney. What's his name?
Rooney?
Oh yeah, William Atherton.
Yes, William Atherton. That's right. Okay.
Rooney?
No, that's not him either. That's
Oh my God, he's the dad in Beetlejuice too. I love that guy. He is also. You remember watching Ravenous like, I don't know, 100 times when it came out on DVD?
Yes.
We loved that movie.
I ran across it the other day and was going to write it down because it was something I made a connection to that I was like, holy shit.
I don't know a lot about that either. It is the perfect, like, it's funny and it's disgusting and it's scary.
Very disgusting. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We're just going to have to table this because we're going to talk about that later.
And Jeffrey Jones
Yes.
played Ed Rooney.
Yes, good one.
In Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Rooney.
I'm going to work on my...
on your Cameron
on my
impression.
Cameron imitation of Ferris's or whoever he's supposed to be. Is he supposed to be his dad?
I think so. Yes. All right. In cheerleader camp.
Oh.
In the scene that I just described, this is in the trivia, in the scene where Mrs. Tipton and the sheriff are getting ready for sex, there is a copy of Leif Garrett's 1978 album, Feel the Need, leaning against the top of the record player. So, something to look for, guys. Anyway, Cheerleader Camp was directed by John Quinn. I don't know him. He's done a lot of TV shows. He did a TV show called Sexy Urban Legends.
Sexy Urban Legends. I would actually watch that. Sexy
Urban Legends. Yeah. It looks like he probably had a connection to all of these porn actresses. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So, anyway, gonna go ahead and tie this up on Cheerleader Camp. Guys, go out and watch it. It was a lot of fun. It's cheesy. It's a slasher movie from the late 80s. So,
yeah.
Hey, what else do you need to know?
You kind of get what you pay for with those things.
Yeah. So, I'm going to run through this movie real quick because it's the newest movie that I watched.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily fall into the category of a summer movie. That's why I'm just going to run through it.
Okay.
But I came across it because I was trying to watch the movie. I think there's a movie called Stupid Teenagers Must Die.
Okay.
And I may have watched like 5 minutes of it. And I think the copy on YouTube was just really, really bad, or it was just a really, really bad movie. Either way, I ended up watching this movie instead. Is it any better? Not necessarily.
Who knows?
But it was written and directed by a guy who does special effects makeup.
Oh, those are kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, but they are a lot of fun. They're showing off their ability to tear flesh apart and spray blood across the floor. So
yeah.
That's just exactly what this movie is. It's called Famine.
Okay.
All right. 2011.
Uh-oh.
Written and directed by a guy by the name of Ryan Nicholson.
Okay.
And Ryan Nicholson has 138 credits in the makeup department.
Okay.
All right. So he's done a ton of shit. There was a movie called Hemoglobin.
Okay.
I remember this movie. It was actually called Bleeders.
Okay.
Okay. And this had Rutger Hauer in it. I remember having this on the shelf. I never watched it.
Man.
Okay. A man travels to an island with his girlfriend in search of his relatives, but finds maybe more than he wanted to know. Dan O'Bannon was one of the writers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that cover very well. I love it when they put from the creators of Aliens, like, yeah, but...
A lot of people were in the room creating.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks real tough to watch.
Yes. Ryan Nicholson, he's made a career of doing special effects. I mean, just everywhere. The Crow, Stairway to Heaven, Mr. Magoo, because I know that there was a lot of special effects and makeup in that.
Yeah.
Mission to Mars, Final Destination, Scary Movie. He was the prosthetic effects supervisor in a lot of things as well. Double Jeopardy, which is Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
I watched part of that just the other day, in fact.
It's real steamy.
Reindeer Games, Replicant, which we've brought up before for some reason because it was Jean-Claude Van Damme and Michael Rooker. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Michael Rooker.
Pretty good. Did you say Reindeer Games?
Don't tell me you haven't seen Reindeer Games.
Did you know that Ben Affleck's name in that is Rudy? Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Rudy, yes. Ben Affleck, Gary Sinise, Charlize Theron. I enjoy this movie. Still enjoy it. If you look down there I'm sorry, Ron Jeremy is in it, but Danny Trejo is in it. Clarence Williams III is in it. Donald Logue is in it. Dennis Farina. I do like this movie. It was John Frankenheimer.
Yeah.
They were trying to pull a casino heist.
Right.
Danny Trejo's character's name is Jumpy, by the way.
So that's pretty good.
Donald Logue's character's name is Pug.
Okay.
So Ryan Nicholson did the special effects makeup for Dreamcatcher.
Okay.
Scary Movie 3.
I won't hold that against him, I guess.
Well, Blade Trinity is in there.
Ooh.
Hold that against him.
That might be the only good thing about that movie, was it did have pretty cool special effects.
He did the special effects for It Waits.
Okay.
And I had to watch the trailer for this because I've never seen it, but I remember seeing the cover. The monster on the cover does not give enough credit to what the monster in the movie is.
Okay.
He did the special effects makeup on Hollow Man 2.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen Hollow Man 2.
I've seen Hollow Man 1 and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And Hollow Man 2 is Christian Slater, and maybe that's why I didn't watch it.
Really? Holy shit.
Yes. And he is the titular Hollow Man in that one.
That's way creepier than Kevin Bacon, I think.
So,
I would much rather have Kevin Bacon perving out on me being naked than... That's like Hollow Man 3 should just be David Spade, just like in a girl's locker room.
Somebody fund that movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't made that already.
So anyway, Ryan Nicholson, he has written and directed a handful of things, and he's probably most notably from the movie Gutterballs.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I haven't either, and I wonder why.
I don't know. I know what it is. I've came very close to watching it before, if that counts.
I mean, how many bowling alley horror movies are there?
Yeah, only one that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Well, maybe another one, because he did Gutterballs 2.
Oh.
Which is named Balls Deep.
Oh.
Let me remind you that when I was in a bowling league, our league name was Balls Deep.
Well, hey.
Just putting that out there.
I mean, you had to pick one.
I didn't pick it. So really, I just wanted to touch on Ryan Nicholson's career. He died, unfortunately. He passed.
Oh, wow.
He at a real young age, I believe from brain cancer.
Oh.
So,
Tim really brought the podcast down.
Really brought it down. But the movie Famine.
Oh, shit.
It's a lock-in at a high school. All of these people are in their early 30s. It is not well written. I think it's because it's trying to be campy.
Right. Yeah. It's like that weird kind of, they try to strike a balance in like Sharknado and stuff where
right.
You're not laughing at their stupid jokes. You're laughing at the fact that they made those stupid jokes, but then they become self-aware in like part 2 and part 3, and then it's not as fun anymore.
Right. It was just a reason, I think, to show off his special effects too. Granted, the killer is in yet another mascot costume.
Oh.
And he is the Nailer.
Okay.
I don't know what school they're from that their mascot has to be the Nailer, but it's just a big-headed character.
I'm trying to get it.
There is one particular kill in which he comes up behind somebody and slits their throat. And there's a lot of blood gushing out. But then he puts the knife up to the throat and just kind of goes at the throat, just cutting severely into the throat, and the blood's just gushing out. It's kind of fun.
That sounds kind of fun. But if you're stuck in a bowling alley, don't all the kills have to be bowling related? I'm not sure.
I'm talking about Famine. I'm no longer on Gutterballs.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would have been really weird.
Damn it. So Famine, there's not a whole lot to it. The acting is pretty bad. There's not a lot of nudity, but it just looks like he was just having fun with the fact that he can do special effects. So lots of blood, not a whole lot of plot.
Okay.
I just wanted to crush a little bit on Ryan Nicholson, his career, and we lost him too soon. I think he had bigger things in his life, and cancer took him too soon.
I mean, I just appreciate a good bowling pin death when it's kind of like the little knob on it is kind of like broken off and splintery.
I expect to see in Gutterballs, there has to be a bowling pin down somebody's throat.
Right. I also would think there would have to be a return death. Either what would a good return death be?
Maybe I'm thinking a head coming back through the ball.
Oh, of
return.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That has to be it.
Yeah, you're right.
And it may have been in this movie, in Famine. It had to be in this one. Somebody grabbed a severed head and used it as a weapon.
Oh, cool.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Is it called Famine because all of the like snack machines are... Why is it called Famine?
You would think. It's a lock-in thing.
Okay.
I don't understand. Yeah. I only went to, I think, one church lock-in in my life. And that was enough.
They don't let you eat at those things?
I don't know. Anyway. Famine. It's,
don't watch it, guys.
Just go crush on Ryan Nicholson's career for a little bit. You'll be just fine.
Well, there you have it.
All right. So let's move on. I'm gonna sum up one movie here real quick so I can get to my pinnacle of my summer movies.
Okay.
This movie I watched last night, and it came up on a list when I was searching for summer movies. It came up on a list with another one called Madman.
Okay. Not the Madman that we...
Madman, I probably... the box of that one. It looks like a guy in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Kind of standing there. Yeah.
Crazy hair. Scare wig on with an axe.
And I didn't watch that. I watched part of it and for some reason did not go through with the whole thing.
Okay.
But I watched a movie I had never seen or heard before called Moonstalker.
Okay.
1989.
Ooh.
Moonstalker.
That sounds great.
It says a family of tourists vacationing in the woods and a group of camp counselors training in the same forest find themselves being terrorized by a vicious, unhinged psycho.
Are there any other kind?
Not in my book.
I've never heard of this movie, by the way.
It had potential. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it looks pretty cheap.
The setup of this killer was this guy broke his son out of a mental institution.
Okay.
You only get this in some exposition.
Okay.
But when you first see him, he's in a straitjacket. He's got chains hanging off of him. He's got a hood on that just has an eye hole and a mouth hole. That is creepy as shit.
The hood looks pretty rad. I do enjoy that.
If they would have kept that, I would have been sold.
Yeah, it's got kind of it's like a mix between Friday the 13th Part 2 and Phantom of the Paradise a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't keep that.
Yeah, I know.
He ends up killing some guy who is a camp counselor going for some reason in the middle of the night to where all these camp counselors are being trained. And this is all in wintertime. So that's what I'm saying. It's called Wilderness Counselors Camp, but they're in the wintertime for some reason.
Well, I mean, they can't train them during the summer.
Yeah,
that would just be stupid.
So anyway, he ends up killing one of the counselors that's going to this camp and stealing his clothes, which includes this big cowboy hat.
Okay.
And that's what if they would have kept the sanitarium getup of the straitjacket and the mask, I think it would have been so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
The original set where you've got a family on this outing, in their camper, supposed to be in the deep woods, you can hear the highway traffic in the background.
Yeah, that kind of takes away from some of it.
It really takes it away. It was okay. To me, because some of the deaths, the guy basically has an axe and he's killing everybody with an axe. And every character is, escaping to go have sex.
Yeah.
And so they can be alone and then subsequently die by this psycho killer.
Why else would you want to be a camp counselor?
Right. It's just all about sex.
And suicide by supernatural killer.
And the same thing with the camp director having some, sexual relationship with one of the, I don't, is she also a counselor? Is she also a director?
Don't know.
I don't know, but
we might never know.
I want to know how many movies, and this happens in a lot of slasher flicks, how the killer will stash a body above a door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of.
So it can fall down.
Yeah, like you put like a bucket of water on there to like play a prank on somebody.
Yeah. It happens in every one.
Oh, yeah. Like Friday the 13th is just like, how did their dead body stay up there until you like walked by it? Like nothing even like triggered it.
Or there's a fishing line that you tripped over to let it drop in front of you. It's just for the jump scare.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's cheap.
Yeah.
Take you back to cheerleader camp. There was a scene kind of like that. I don't know how they rigged it, but the sheriff was actually coming in to help and walked through a door and somehow got a bear trap straight to the face. That was kind of cool.
That is cool. Okay, I'm coming around now. Moonstalker sounds fucking great. That mask is real cool.
If they would have kept it, I would have been so happy.
Yeah, that would make a good Halloween costume.
I don't know if it was the actor's choice to give his character a limp.
Okay, kind of Quasimodoing it all over the place.
Yeah, I guess that gives you kind of the feeling of like a Jason character as well. That he can't run, but he's still waiting for you when you're running away. Right?
Yeah, he doesn't need to run; he can teleport.
Exactly. One of the people in this movie is Ingrid Vold, and I know that name. I don't know. Yeah,
that does seem. Nobody has a IMDb profile picture in these. This is the level of the movie you're getting.
So Ingrid Vold, she was in Communion with Christopher Walken, but that was uncredited. I don't remember Communion. I kind of want to go back and look at it.
Yeah. I feel like isn't he supposed to be Whitley Strieber or whoever? I don't know.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I think it's based on a true story, but other than that, there's nobody in this movie. No name people. Michael O'Rourke, who wrote and directed it.
Oh, the whole time you were talking about that, I was looking at Hellgate. Which he wrote. Ron Palillo is like the main character.
Damn it, you ruined my joke.
I'm sorry, but look at his IMDb profile picture. It's pretty great.
Ron Palillo looks scary. And for our audience, Ron Palillo is Horseshack on Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah. I mean, this is prime Palillo right here in Hellgate. He actually doesn't look bad. I mean, he's still got that like curly hair, but it's not as bad as you'd think.
Well, if you look down here, Ron Palillo was also in Surf Part 2, a movie that I should have watched that also had Eddie Deason.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised those guys don't fight for supremacy.
Eric Stoltz, Terry Kaiser, It also has Tom Villard in it. I mean,
What?
synchronicities
It
here.
has Eric Stoltz in it. Surf 2 does.
Ruth Buzzy, Cleavon Little.
What?
I'm like, holy
I
crap.
need to watch this immediately.
Exactly.
So wait a minute. I do kind of remember that cover, but that's Surf 2. I wonder if Surf 1 looks very similar.
I don't know. Ron Palillo's character in Surf 2 is Deputy Underwear, by the way.
Underwear?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
And just because Ron Palillo was also in Friday the 13th, Part 6.
Was he?
Yes, he was. He was in the very beginning when they were digging up Jason and to end his life and end up putting that spike through him and it got struck by lightning and thus brought him back to life.
Yeah. Smooth move. Hey, just trivia on Surf 2.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the title suggesting so, there was never a Surf 1. So,
Okay. Detective skills here.
I just wonder what the decision was there. Did somebody already have the title?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lyle Wagner is Chief Boyardee in that. Okay, I'm watching this immediately when we're done with this.
I think I've seen this before. I had to have. A disgruntled nerd who was bullied in high school creates Buzz Cola, a soft drink that turns surfers into mindless zombies.
Okay, I've never seen that. I thought maybe, but I'm here to tell you, nope.
Not yet.
I will watch it.
Anyway, back to, I'm sorry, that was from Hellgate.
What are we talking about?
To Surf 2. We're talking about Moonstalker.
Oh my God.
And I'll wrap it up real quick. It was cheesy. It's very, very low budget. The killer makes every noise in the world and does not disturb anybody.
Right. Nobody has a gun in these movies. Just shoot them.
Actually, in this, I think it was the camp director who came in to find his girlfriend who was waiting for him and being kind of weird, playing some classical anthem type music.
Okay.
She was like a commando outfit on. So she was trying to, get him in the mood as he comes back to find that her legs have been chopped off.
Oh, yeah, you'll get that.
Yeah. But then the killer puts a gun in his mouth and shoots out the back of his head, which was kind of cool. After he chops off both of his arms, by the way, you only get to see one arm fall.
It's disappointing.
But it was enjoyable. Cheap effect. So, but no other counselor heard the gunshot.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They're all in this small secluded area and nobody hears the screams. Nobody hears the gunshot.
It's like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
In what way was this a summer movie? I forgot if you explained that earlier.
It was on the list of summer movies that I found.
Because the girl on the cover is wearing a pretty heavy ski jacket.
Yeah, like I said, that this took place in the wintertime. Why were the camp counselors being trained in the wintertime? I don't know.
I don't know either. That list that you said you were looking at, you should
burn it, print it out, and burn
throw that away.
So anyway, if you guys want to watch Moonstalker, you can also find it on YouTube.
Hellgate is out there too, if you guys want to see that. And Surf 2 is
Surf 2.
I think the point of all of that was, guys, go out and watch Surf 2.
Or other movies.
Or anything else.
I'm sorry, guys. I tried to find some fun summer movies, and you see what happens.
Well, like you said, I mean,
go off the rails.
You do it so we don't have to. I mean, we weren't going to anyway, but thank you.
All right. So to wrap this up, my last movie, and this may take a minute because I know you've seen it.
Okay.
And I just had to watch it because I had such great memories of this movie. It's not a bad movie at all.
If you don't say Whoopie Boys, I'm just going to hang up the phone.
Jason, are you still there? Jason?
I'm still here.
I watched 1985 Fraternity Vacation.
when they just mash two words that don't go together.
You had to have seen this. This is Stephen Jeffries, Tim Robbins, Matt McCoy, John Vernon, Barbara Crampton.
Wow.
Nina Talbot, which we brought her up just recently. I know we have. The name is so familiar.
Oh, yeah. Amanda Bierce.
Amanda Bierce. If you notice, Amanda Bierce and Stephen Jeffries come right back around to star in Fright Night.
So this was before Fright Night?
This is 1985, same time.
Wow.
So Amanda Bierce just happens to kind of hook up with Stephen Jeffries.
Just happens to hook up with him.
So the plot of the movie is...
This one has a plot.
Tim Robbins and Cameron Dye,
okay,
they are in the same fraternity, and they're kind of grooming Stephen Jeffries, and we brought this up before, whose name is Wendell.
Okay, good.
Well, you've always got to give the nerdy guy some weird name that makes him stand out.
Sure.
They're grooming him for this fraternity because they want his dad's money.
Okay.
Stephen Jeffries' dad is Max Wright.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody knows Max Wright as Alf's dad.
Right, right.
Well, he wasn't Alf's dad, but he was Willie Tanner, who is the dad in Alf.
Oh my God. What was Alf's name? Oh, Gordon Shumway. Okay.
And if you want to go ahead and look at Mihaly Meseros played Alf in 11 episodes. We brought him up recently. Just so I can say, okay, I mentioned a little person.
Yeah.
There we go.
You did it.
You happy?
I
did it.
Check it off your bingo cards.
All right. So Stephen Jeffries, the reason why they were trying to groom him is because the dad said, hey, go show him a good time. I'll give you some money so you can put a hot tub in your fraternity.
Okay.
They're taking Stephen Jeffries to Florida basically to try to get him laid. That's when they run into Lee McCloskey and Matt McCoy of a rival fraternity.
Okay.
They have a little fun and games kind of fucking around with each other during the movie. When they get Barbara Crampton and one of their other girls to kind of hit on
Stephen Jeffries.
No, Cameron Dye and Tim Robbins kind of hook up with these two girls and they're getting ready to have sex. It looks like they're getting ready to have a foursome.
Ew.
And the girls are in the bathroom talking about how that they were taking some medication for herpes or whatever, right?
Okay.
Just as playing a joke on these guys.
Oh, I see.
Because Matt McCoy and Lee McCloskey, they set this up.
Gotcha.
So anyway.
Barbara Crampton should be in everything.
Tim Robbins and Cameron Dye takes Stephen Jeffrey. They take him to a bar and get him to go and talk to the girl. He's like, well, what do I say to him? He's like, well, you gotta break the ice. So you ask, if she lives around here, if she go to school around here, you can't just go up and ask her for a blowjob in the parking lot.
Right.
So Stephen Jeffries goes over and tries to talk to her and she doesn't want anything to do with it until he says, well, I guess a blowjob in the parking lot's out of the question. And now she thinks he's funny. That
was funny.
And so they kind of hook up, but she says, well, you can't be my boyfriend unless my daddy approves of you. Well, look who her dad is. He is the chief of police and John Vernon.
All right.
So John Vernon was Dean Wormer from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Animal House.
So, I'm sorry. Thank you. National Lampoon's Animal House. I'm looking at the picture right now. Why did I say Vacation? I don't know. I'm on a roll.
You really are. You're like butter.
Anyway, Fraternity Vacations, it's fun. It's a comedy. It's a beach movie.
It's a comedy.
They're just trying to get Stephen Jeffries laid.
Am I just going crazy? Is that not a... what's the John Candy movie that basically has the same box art?
That's Summer Rental.
Summer Rental. Let's watch that.
So The rivals, Cameron Dye and Tim Robbins, Leland McCloskey and Matt McCoy, they make a bet because they see a really cute girl who is just way out of everybody's league. And basically they make a bet of $1,000 of who could get her in bed first.
Okay. Or at all.
Of course, Lee McCloskey plays Charles Chaz Lawler III, right?
Yeah, he's kind of a smug bastard, like character actor from that time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. Lee McCloskey was in Inferno.
Yeah, that's weird.
In 1980. And I was like, man, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe it's because we can't reconcile it because everyone else in the movie is Italian.
I was looking at Lee McCloskey and some of his early shit. If you go down to 1976, he was in Rich Man, Poor Man, which just happened to have William Smith in it.
Oh my God.
There you go. I just had to connect.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yep.
William Smith, you will be missed. Lee McCloskey, if you look, also was in Hamburger, the motion picture.
Ah, now it's all, the final piece has slid into place.
Everything just comes right back around.
Yeah, the portal in the pyramid is a white shining light is blinding us all.
That's it.
Oh, he was in Just One of the Guys, too.
Yes, he was.
God, I love that movie. And I mean,
Did
that
you?
one really I guess maybe they just got the perfect actress. I guess everybody knows she's a girl, but still, she pulled it off. I think she was just trying to be Ralph Macchio, and she did it really well. But you look at her, and it's like, there's no way that you could ever put a disguise on her, but
right.
But yeah, they managed to do it.
Yeah.
Sherilyn Fenn's in that, too. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway,
Matt McCoy, I looked at his career for a little bit. I mean, he's been in a ton of things. 115 credits.
Oh, yeah. He's like a funny bastard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, around this time period. I mean, like, I feel like he's in a bunch of those rich teen versus misfit type thing.
I was looking at Matt McCoy. All right.
Oh.
Wade. What?
Police Academy 5. I think that might be.
I was just getting there. It's exactly where I'm going.
I think that's where I know him from the most.
He was also in Weekend Warriors. I'm sorry, did I just bring that up? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Deep Star 6. I don't remember him in Deep Star 6.
I guess he was just one
to
of the...
revisit.
We need to do that too. Aquatic.
Mm-hmm. We've got to. So Deep Star 6, look who's in that. Nia Peoples.
What? No way.
Oh my God.
Have you gone back and just edited all of this stuff? Like you can go into Wikipedia and just change things?
Just so it fits my circle.
Please, we've got to do these. We've got to do... What we need to do is just do a double feature of this and Leviathan, and we'll just decide. And we can talk about Abyss, but only for like 10 minutes.
Got it. Done.
Miguel Ferrer. Oh, man. Remember that summer?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that Sea Monster summer?
Sea Monster Summer. I love it. All right. So, Matt McCoy, for some reason, was in Beethoven 4.
For some reason.
For some reason. He was in a TV series for HBO called Carnival.
Oh, yeah. I never watched that.
I love it. I own it on DVD. Mm-hmm. There was only 2 seasons. A great show.
Cool.
Guys, if you get a chance, I'm just going to implore our audience, please go out and check this out. Adrienne Barbeau.
Oh, right.
Clancy Brown. Clea Duvall.
Oh, we must have been fucking idiots. Who is the main character? Who's the boy?
That's Nick Stahl.
Yeah, he was in Terminator and Disturbing Behavior.
Oh, okay.
I like that movie.
God, now I'm going to get trapped on him. I liked him a lot. In Carnival, he was great. He was really great. If you also look, it does have Michael J. Anderson, another little person, who was our titular little person in Twin Peaks that we've talked about because he has the ability to talk backwards.
Yeah, he's the man from the... What do they call him?
Man from Another Place.
Yeah.
Anyway, just had to bring up Little People.
Okay, good. Great. Thank you.
Because Matt McCoy was in Police Academy 5 and Police Academy 6,
Sure.
right? Did he take over for
Mahoney?
the Goot?
Yeah, I believe he did.
I watched the trailer for both of those. They look horrible. I know I've seen them because I think we had to.
What was the last? You mean the ones after the last one with Steve Guttenberg?
Because it was City Under Siege and then...
that's right. That's right.
Assignment Miami Beach.
Right.
And then City Under Siege.
I felt betrayed when he wasn't in that. When I didn't see him in that one.
You have nothing else to say about that, right?
I have tons to say about the Goot, and I don't know why we haven't talked about him. There's a little slice of the late 80s and early 90s that is just prime Gutenberg.
Mm-hmm.
High Spirits. You know how many times I've fucking seen that movie? Oh, brother. Amazon Women on the Moon. Okay, I'm done. Oh, but wait. I do want to say that Lee McCloskey was in Cameron's Closet, which I don't know why. Yes. The hype for that must have been huge. I must have read about it in Fangoria or something, but then it came out and it was okay.
Matt McCoy was in The Heat of Passion 2, Unfaithful. And why did I click on it? I don't know.
Why?
It has Barry Bostwick in it.
Oh, brother.
It has Michael Gross, Leslie Ann Down, and Lisa Kudrow.
Hunks. Just like the sexiest actors from that time.
If you look at the picture of Barry Bostwick that he has on IMDb,
I must see it.
It is haunting.
I've got to see it. Is it Silver Fox or is it like from back in the day?
His eyes got too close together.
Oh my God. They are really close together.
They're almost touching.
His hair looks fucking amazing.
Oh, so strange.
Wow.
So
I love that guy.
I got hypnotized, so I started looking at Barry Bostwick. Barry Bostwick was in the TV series for Foul Play, 1981. But I've got something to say about this because in Foul Play, he plays, it looks like the main character, Detective Tucker Pendleton.
I like the way you said that.
Do you know of another character named Tuck Pendleton?
Sounds familiar. Did I go to high school with him?
That is Dennis Quaid's character's name in Inner Space.
What? Shared universe?
I came across that and I'm like, I've got to talk to you about this.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that would work. What year was, 81.
The TV series for Foul Play is 81.
Okay, and then the
Inner Space was 87.
But he's a fighter pilot, right?
I guess.
Maybe he just said, detective just this isn't working out. Oh my God, his hair is gigantic. Oh, and that has Deborah Raffin in it. Did you already say that?
It does. No, I was getting ready to.
I'm sorry,
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. We just talked about her last week.
I know.
Why? I've never...
I don't know.
It was Grizzly 2 is what it was.
The Foul Play series also has Mary Jo Catlett in it.
Yeah, I see her.
Who plays the voice for Mrs. Puff on SpongeBob. Just so you know.
Okay, real quick, Corey Feldman was also in the TV version of Foul Play. Okay, now I'm clicking off.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. All right. Very interesting.
Extremely interesting.
Cameron Dye. He's just an interesting character actor. He was in The Last Starfighter.
Yeah. Who was he in that?
He was Andy.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that his buddy or something?
For some reason, I thought his girlfriend's name was Andy as well. So.
Okay, wait a minute.
No, it was Maggie. It was
okay.
Maggie. I'm sorry.
Pretty similar.
But anyway, I thought that was interesting. I don't remember him in Last Starfighter. I've seen that a billion times.
Directed by Nick Castle.
But he was also in Valley Girl.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Valley Girl has Nicolas Cage, Deborah Foreman. I'm sorry, we were just saying that?
Yeah.
Deborah Foreman, Michael Bowen, and look.
Michael Bowen.
Richard Sanders.
Ah. Dickie Sands is what I call him.
Who plays Les Nessman from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh, is he still with us?
He's still with us. I thought you'd be happy that
I am, but you're going too fast. I can't keep up with the IMDb.
Oh, damn it.
You lost me. Lost me in the dust.
One more connection I wanted to make.
One more, and that's it. Then you got to brush your teeth and go to bed.
Valley Girl, by the way, was Cameron Dye's first movie.
Okay.
So pretty interesting. Then he did Last Starfighter, Joy of Sex, Fraternity Vacation, In the Heat of the Night.
Oh my God.
And then he shows up in what? I'm sorry. The Dirty Dancing TV series. I'm like, what the shit?
That's like, did they cancel that after it had aired for like 30 minutes? They're like, pull the fucking plug.
Maybe 11 episodes. And I started looking at it. I'm like, all right, let's see. Hey, look, there's McLean Stevenson,
Oh boy.
who was in MASH. Oh my God, Sandal Bergman. I was like, what the hell?
Huh.
So I started thinking of, okay, who would pick up after Patrick Swayze
Yeah.
as our sexy dancer? And it's this Patrick Cassidy. So you couldn't get Patrick Swayze, so you got Patrick Cassidy.
This is a dude named Colt played the TV version.
Oh, is there 2 TV series?
There's a TV movie and then there's a TV series, and it has completely different people. And the way he is holding her for the flying thing, it looks like he's about to just throw her out the window.
I can only hope.
This has a ton of people in it. Weird. Billy D. Williams as Tito?
Oh my God. You're still on the TV version now?
Yes. The TV movie.
Oh, right, the TV movie.
Oh, wow. That was made in 2017. All of those people should have known better.
Was that called Havana Nights?
No, that was part 2.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Peter Sagal wrote that. Do you know that?
Oh, I did not know that. Shame on you.
Shame on you, Peter.
So go back to the TV series with me for a minute. 1988, 1989, 11 episodes. But I was looking at Patrick Cassidy because he took over for Patrick Swayze.
Okay.
The 2 Patricks.
It's not confusing.
All right. So Patrick Cassidy.
He looks like Mike Pence.
It looks like he did some Lois and Clark, some Smallville, done a lot of TV. I always like to scroll down at the very bottom of his career to see where he got his start.
Mm-hmm.
He got his start in a movie 1981 called Midnight Offerings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, ooh.
That sounds...
Midnight Offerings reads, Vivian has magic powers. She doesn't hesitate to save her boyfriend David from failing in high school by murdering teachers.
What?
However, David has gotten tired of her and is putting his charm on the new girl in school, Robin. Robin discovers that she also has magic powers, and it comes to a mental showdown between the 2 women over David. Starring Melissa Sue Anderson.
Huh.
Who was Mary in Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, the blind one.
Look, Marion Ross is in there.
Oh my God, Gordon Jump. There he is.
Gordon Jump.
You planned all of this, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Have we mentioned every... What's Andy Travis doing nowadays? Let's just do a check.
But also in this TV movie had Dana Kimmel in it.
Okay.
Who was in Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Aha.
Aha! Menachem.
And that's
how the game's played, guys.
Yeah, she's getting choked by Jason in her profile picture.
In through the van window.
Have we ever talked about that episode of not Facts of Life?
Of Different Strokes?
Yeah, Different Strokes. Where Gordon Jump is the owns the bike store. Okay. I'm just curious. Yes. I like reminding everyone every once in a while that exists.
I just thought you'd be happy that I could connect everything back to WKRP in Cincinnati.
Finally go to bed tonight. Oh my God. Can I just say, you know who played Andy Travis? Gary Sandy. I think both of those names have the exact same number of letters, and they can be like, what is it? It's like a word jumble.
It's an anagram.
Yeah, an anagram. Yeah, that's why I liked him. You got the feeling that Andy Travis, that's kind of what Gary Sandy was like too. Just kind of a mellow dude, maybe like smoke a joint every once in a while.
That's good stuff. So what's he doing now? Is he still alive? Is he still with us?
Let's see.
Yep, he's still alive.
I just typed in Andy Travis to Google. I didn't go to IMDb, so now I am lost.
He hasn't done anything since 2004.
Well,
so
need to get that WKRP reunion going
before they're all gone.
Yeah, or wait until a couple others, and then do it. I want to watch Midnight Offerings.
But it was a TV movie, but
yeah, it's got a cool poster.
It's freaky.
That was when Satanic Panic was ramping up.
All right, let's go ahead and finish up on Fraternity Vacation and wrap this
Oh my
episode
God,
up.
that seems so long ago.
So long ago. So many people in this. Look, Franklin AJ's in
I
there.
saw that.
You saw that, didn't you?
Dr. Klopek. That's what he says. That's how he pronounces Klopek in the Burbs.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, I looked at Charles Rocket. I'm not even going to go down his.
Yeah, we've talked about him before.
He plays Madman Mac.
Yeah.
And he is absolutely horrible in this movie. He's the disc jockey.
He is not a good actor.
He's a disc jockey, and he does like all disc jockeys do. He's just an annoying asshole.
Might have a coke addiction.
And an STD.
Yep. What? Fraternity Vacation.
Fraternity Vacation.
It's just those two words together. I don't know what those mean when they're together like that.
Well, they went to Palm Springs. So.
Yeah. I think we talked about Charles Rocket was in, I know you just said we're not going to talk about him, but he was in Dumb and Dumber. And I think the reason I know him is because he was on Saturday Night Live, I think, in one of those weird, like, I think it was when, after Eddie Murphy left, which basically just like killed the show.
Right. Yep.
He was in that kind of weird nether region where everything was like, it was almost like performance art instead of comedy.
Gotcha. It looks like he was the Weekend Update guy from 1980, 1981.
I think he said fuck on live TV on Saturday Night Live, and then it was fired immediately, I think.
Oh, I think I read that. That's why I looked into him.
I'm pretty sure.
Acquired a certain notoriety for uttering the ultimate obscenity on live television during the final moments, February 21st, 1981 episode of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, Rocket was not immediately dismissed from the program, but was fired with producer Gene Dumanian.
Okay, perfect.
And all but 4 cast members. Yeah, they fired everybody except for Denny Dillon, Gail Mathias, Eddie Murphy, and Joe Piscopo.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That was a dark time for Saturday Night Live.
I guess so.
Do you remember Rich Hall? We don't have time, but we need to talk about some of this stuff later. I'll make a note of it.
But if you look, Charles Rocket committed suicide in 2005. So
that might be the other reason why he came across my radar. I was just looking up weird trivia or something. All right, what are we? Are we barreling towards
We're done.
That's it?
That's it. That's all I've got to say, guys. Fraternity Vacation is a lot of fun. You can watch it on YouTube just like everything else.
Yeah. I mean, all of those movies do have, even if they're horrible, they have some redeeming values. And it's not always the nudity, but a lot of times it is. I guess that's my takeaway.
That's it.
Maybe a crappy movie, but at least it's got some tits in it.
At least you got to see a boob. All right. Well,
Wow.
let's wrap this up, Jason.
Let's do it.
That was our summer movie madness, guys.
You're welcome.
It may not have all been summer, but it was surely every bit of madness.
That's true. What was the winter movie that you...
Moonstalker?
Moonstalker.
Or something.
I still think it's funny that you set out to do a summer... I mean, I don't even know if we've talked about a movie that happens when it's cold outside, and you wait until the summer madness, and everybody's got a ski jacket on.
I was led astray just like everybody else.
Yeah, that damn list. We need to find out who compiled that. Send them some strongly worded emails.
All right, guys. So let's wrap this up the way we always do. Jason, tell everybody where they can find us.
Please go to themoratorium.com. Please.
Go to themoratorium.com. You can find everything you need. I will put a link to all of these movies on our website.
Wow.
So if you are so inclined, you can go and watch these.
Yeah. Didn't make a very good case for watching any of them.
You're right,
I'm sure
I did.
Police Academy is on. I watch High Spirits. I don't remember if that's good or not, but
I think I saw that at the theater, and no,
yeah,
I don't remember it being good.
it's got Peter O'Toole in it.
And guys, hey, if you want to help us out, if you want to go over to our Patreon and hey, throw us a few bones, maybe we'll start watching better movies.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's for your own good, I think.
You tired of hearing me talk about everything you can watch on YouTube?
Yeah.
Here's a way out of it. If you would like to donate $3 a month to our Patreon, I'm going to give you something back. You can get the extended director's cuts of our movie episodes.
Whoa, what?
That's right. At least 20 minutes per episode I cut out of good stuff.
Man, I bet we're just insufferable in those moments.
I save it just for you.
Yeah.
$3 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee from Starbucks.
It's less than a Lunchable. I bet.
Today's prices.
Yeah, in this economy.
It's way less than a 2x4 at Home Depot.
That's true. That is very true. I found that out the hard way. Like, well, not doing any home improvement this year.
All right, guys. You can also find us on all of the social medias. Our Facebook group is still going out of control. Lots of fun going over there. You can find us on Twitter, on Instagram. Hey, if you just want to send us an email and tell us about everything we got wrong, please do so at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from anybody. Tell us you're still out there.
Yeah.
And you're still listening.
We're worried about you. You left a long time ago and you said you were just going to go get cigarettes.
Dad? All right. Hey, and tune in next week where we finally get back to our regular scheduled programming with a movie. What movie are we watching, Jason?
I think you guys are going to like it. It's called Life Force.
And you think my summer movies didn't have enough boobs?
Ooh. Hachi Machi. It's got a lot of boobies in it. Actually, it just has 4.
Just 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay. You're looking at them right now.
I am.
Is that just your new desktop on your computer screen?
Yep, that French chick's just bouncing around because my computer's been idle for 5 minutes.
All right. Go watch Life Force, and we'll get back to it next week. I can't wait. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, it is.
All right, Jason, do you have anything else to add?
I do not.
All right, let's shut this bitch down.
Bye, guys.
Good night. You've been listening to a special edition of The Moratorium, an MT Cornfield production. Summer may be close to an end, but there's still plenty of movies to keep you in the mood. So crack open a cold one and sit back and enjoy the madness. If you have any movie suggestions, or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS. Holy fuck.
Yep.
You've made me hoarse.
I'm sorry.
You're like wondering, man, why does he sound like he's just smoking stogies?
Yeah, it's just emotion.